Welcome back again to Nightingale's Motorcycle Restorers and Metal Finishers. I've said I'm making a few videos, one on top of each other, to show you some bits in the workshop. Now, we're not going to start showing you everything, but I'll try and do you a bit what we get up to and show you the variants of bits, what we do and the state they come in, and then I'll show you when they're finished and kind of things we check when they come in. So some are straightforward. So as a swinging arm come in, as you can see, this is how we like it, all greasy and messy. And what we're going to do with this, we're going to take this down, degrease it, acetone it, gas it out, and then the custom wants this in a ceramic coat in gold, and he wants the two little bits here in a satin ceramic black. So you'll see that. I'll probably show me spraying it and preparing it, but shows you the state we like things in here. We've got some oxidization, look, you can see, and well scabby. That's the idea of restoration. So that's straightforward. What I'm doing with it, because it's still got bearings in it, we'll flush it out, we'll gas it out, but we'll be going on to a ceramic coating that is on an air cure. So I don't have to put it actually in the oven to cure it. So there's no real worry about any bearings or anything. I'll only be gassing it out pretty low because I'll soak it in acetone probably for a day and let the acetone do the work. Then we'll blast it with a media. Then we'll ceramic coat it. But that's the colour he's picked out. He's bringing more at biking. So you can see it now. I'll do pictures before and after. Got a lot of new stuff in. Some hangers, BMW. Going to change them back, so we'll blast them. These are going to be powder coated in gloss. So we'll zinc these as well. Zinc powder coat them, then we'll gloss them. Coming along the line, we get loads of these in from a certain gentleman. And believe it or not, the train carriages, they get taken a bit. I'm only showing you because it's kind of what we do. It's different projects. So the project is with this, we put a block of aluminium billet in here, and then I've just done one to show you. And then I strip these back like this. And as you can see, there's no contamination, no distortion. It's talcum powder, literally. And then these goes off to another gentleman who does all these individual kind of enamel finishes and printing of all these logos. They start off as a basic box, but they get stripped back and then painted. And sometimes even famous people's trains we do. These could be them. We won't go on about that, but he has a lot of them. So the next thing in, how's this one? I think this is fantastic. It's an exhaust system off a car. Thought it was a towel rail at first, but as you can see, it looks like a new reproduction. And first off, it's got this heat-proof paint on it. Well, it's like any heat-proof paints, you know. Sometimes they're not as good as I say. So what I usually do is, sorry, I'm gonna have a swig of gin while I'm talking to you. I get some neat acetone. And we're just going to have a look how good this is. This was done by a customer or someone who fabricated it. And there you go. That tells you how good that is, that finish. So if it comes off like this, you see there's no key on it. There's a little bit of tooling marks which you can take out of there, or some kind of nail has been over it. So what I'll be doing is we'll take this back. But when you think this is your heat proof, it usually comes out of a tin. It's probably worked better if it had had a key, but it's shiny underneath. So it's a new fabrication. So what we'll do is we'll take this back. We'll ultra fine blast it with an oxide, and then what I'm going to do is I'll gas this out, acetone it, all the rest of it, and I'll spray this in a ceramic coating. Now this might be in like a black velvet. It's a lovely colour. And instead of like this finish you're getting now, which is like a dull grey colour, it'll have some life in it. Plus it'll stand up to your engine heat, running it, and anything else. But yeah, just shows you it's a good test. That same test is which I talk about in tank liners. If you've got a failed tank liner, I mean, you know, what you can do, try with acetone. And if it's a single pack tank liner, you usually find acetone, that's commercial acetone, but it'll take a tank liner out. If it takes paint off like that, you can tell how long it's going to last. plus you can see underneath it. So we're going to take that back, blast that. Now lastly, I get a lot of pistons in. Now I'm trying to do things in between so I can keep you a bit more interested, because it is hard to keep going with stuff. But what it is, loads of pistons coming out, they need decoking or cleaning up. Now the best way to do it, obviously, if you don't want dry oxides, so what we'll do, we'll go into a vapor blaster. We've got 3 machines here, and I'm just going to do that now, and I'm going to give you a price, because if you're building your engine up, the only thing I tend to do is, and it's not an issue either, because we do ceramic coat pistons. People ask questions, you know, how do you get it in between the ring gaps? Well, I'll do that, because I'll do piston coating at some point for you as well. So what I do is I put some elastic bands round inside the ring gaps, inside the ring holders there, in the sleeves. I'll take it to a vapor blaster. I've got quite a fine media in this. I'll turn the pressure down. I'll give it a little blast round. I'll turn the pressure back up. I'll blast it. That'll be peened off, and your piston should look like the date come out the factory, right? So if you're thinking of doing something, either a single, a triple, or a 6, whatever, send your pistons into me. So where does it work with pistons? Because I do so many, and I'm set up, and I'm always changing my medias. I'm critical on my dry medias for dirt. That's why everything gets degreased first. And when you want no contamination, but in a piston, it's straightforward. And this guy sends me loads in. So I'm going to show you that now working, and I'll give you a price now. So if you were sending that in to me, right, it'll be £10 plus the postage, and you'll have your piston back. And usually we do them within 48 hours. So that gives you some idea if you're restoring at home and it looks a bit dull and a bit everything else, but it's a good piston underneath, you can see. There's no issues. We'll put that in a vapor blast. So let's turn this to brand spanking new. So you can have a look at this, because I'm trying to keep you on the videos, so you can have a look in the wet vapor blaster now. So we'll have a real close up on this side, around the top. Right, so we'll put it in. Got some compressed air on. Let's get going. You might be able to see this through window. We get close up, and we'll get this taken back. Right, here we go. This is a fantastic way of bringing your pistons up to scratch without taking anything off them, doing anything. Again, this media in glass is like talcum powder. I'll do half the piston. And as I say, for that money, you can have them into me and back out again. And I do loads, raised pistons, everything, people. A lot of trade. Right, I'll do. So we'll have a quick look in here. I'm just going to give it a quick, see this, a quick rinse in there, rinse in here. Unless she lights up. And half the piston I've done to show you. How's that? As brand new. So that's another thing. In between showing you what's coming in, I'll then come back to you, back to TLR 200 engine. I'll keep going with that. That I think will run for about 5 weeks now. As other things come in, I'll show you and what we're going to do, from car parts to trains, to powder coating, to ceramic coating, and it'll keep you with some ideas of your projects, hopefully, to come into me. I'll always sample, as I said, and if you just you don't mind sending something across to me, as I say, I'll sample it again for you, and we'll have a look at it. If it's not plan A, it'll be plan B. We will get there in the end. And As I said to you yesterday or the last video, if you like the channel, if you want to subscribe and put any comments in, it'll be appreciated to keep this. We're trying to get this channel boosted now, and it'll be able to get me out and about as well and showing you different projects. We're based in Scarborough, North Yorkshire. Scarborough 1723 370 399. You can speak to me on the phone, usually after 3 o'clock in the office. That's the landline. Email, or you can put something in the comments. But if you want a one-to-one, I usually get 3 o'clock because we turn some machines off and it gives me time to catch up with people who are asking questions. So till the next one, thank you very much.